Welcome, everyone, to the Ripeness Report. I'm Poppi.
And I'm Tom. We're super excited today because we are diving into the highly anticipated live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon from 2025. It's a big one.
It really is, Tom. So many people grew up with this franchise, and now it's getting the live-action treatment. For anyone who might not know the basic premise, it's set on the rugged Isle of Berk, right? Where Vikings and dragons have been sworn enemies forever.
Oh yeah, generations, really.
Exactly. And our main character, Hiccup, he's kind of an outcast. He lacks the classic Viking strength and dragon slaying skills and is often the laughingstock of the town. And only making matters worse, he's the son of the chief, Chief Stoic the Vast. But everything changes when he defies centuries of Viking tradition by befriending Toothless, the Night Fury dragon.
And that unlikely bond, that's really what reveals the true nature of dragons and ultimately forces Hiccup to kind of confront this world that's just been, torn by fear and misunderstanding. With the fierce and ambitious Astrid and Gobber, the village's quirky blacksmith, by his side, Hiccup and his friends end up, challenging the very foundations of Viking society.
Right, all the while an ancient threat is emerging that endangers both Vikings and dragons. And really only the unlikely friendship between Hiccup and Toothless can stop it. It's up to them to navigate this delicate path toward peace, soaring beyond their worlds and redefining what it means to be a hero and a leader. It's a pretty epic setup, honestly.
It is. It really is. So, Poppi, you've been looking into what the audience thinks, right? How are the fans reacting to this beloved story in live action?
Oh, it's fascinating, Tom. Overall, the audience reactions on Rotten Tomatoes for How to Train Your Dragon are generally positive. A lot of viewers are actually praising it as the best movie I have seen this year, which is a huge compliment, which is totally in line with the awesome 98% hot audience score it received. They're really commending its faithful recreation of, beloved scenes and characters. Fans specifically note that the film captures a lot of the original's heart and excitement.
Hard to beat, and 98%. Sounds like it's really hitting those nostalgic notes.
Absolutely. And the performances, especially Mason Thames as Hiccup and Gerard Butler as Stoic, are getting particular acclaim. Also, the visuals, especially the CGI dragons, they're widely celebrated for their quality and impact. But not everyone is completely on board, though. Some audience members do express reservations. They feel the remake, while competent and entertaining, just doesn't quite surpass the original.
Yeah, what else are they saying?
Well, they feel like it's sometimes unnecessary or too similar, evoking comparisons to other shot-for-shot remakes like, oddly enough, 1998's Psycho. And a few reviews even mention questionable tweaks to the plot and characters, including attempts at diversity that some found misguided. But overall, it's clear audiences appreciate the nostalgia, the visual spectacle, and the performances. They just, question whether it truly justifies its existence beyond revisiting a classic.
Wow, okay, so a mixed bag, but leaning positive, it sounds like. Now, switching gears to the critics, they also, I would say, leaned positive to the tune of a 77% fresh. From what I've seen on Rotten Tomatoes, they are describing the 2025 live-action film as a faithful and respectful rendition of the animated movie. Dean DeBlois, the director, is getting a lot of praise for really honoring the original spirit and its dramatic depth.
Okay, so similar sentiment to the audience on the faithfulness.
Exactly. They really highlight the film's enchanting visuals, majestic action sequences, and that strong emotional core. They're saying it captures the magic of the original in almost every way and retains all the heart and excitement that made the animated version a standout.
And the cast, like you said, is also getting credit for breathing new life into these familiar roles. And the visual effects. Those dragons must be incredible.
Oh, absolutely. The special effects, especially the realistic depiction of Toothless, are singled out as particularly impressive. However, much like some of the audience, some critics point out that the remake follows the original script beat for beat, which, while comforting for fans, means it rarely takes creative risks or offers any significant new insights.
The if it's not broken, don't fix it approach, but it might not push the envelope enough, right?
Precisely. A few reviews even describe the film as creatively timid and, yes, question its necessity. But ultimately, most critics agree it is a well-crafted, entertaining family film that will satisfy both newcomers and longtime fans. So, it seems like both audiences and critics are pretty aligned on the faithful but perhaps unnecessary front.
Yeah, it definitely sounds that way. It's like, it's good, but does it need to exist? That seems to be the underlying question. Still, from what we've heard, it sounds like a visually stunning and heartfelt movie for fans of the original.
Absolutely. If you love the originals, you're probably going to love this one too, or at least enjoy it thoroughly.
Well, that's all the time we have for today on the Ripeness Report. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom.
Always a pleasure, Poppi.
And thanks to our listeners, as always, for tuning in. Remember, keep it ripe, keep it real, and we'll see you on the next one.